Good morning, everybody. Once again, this is Adam Vorer, Vice President of the Citizens Committee for a Restructured Government, www.ccrg.info, with the CCRG News Roundup for Friday, July 20th, 2012. Let's get right to the stories. I don't have much time. I'm in a rush this morning, so here we go. Oh, there we go. 12 people dead and 38 injured in Aurora Mall shooting. Aurora Mall during a midnight shooting at The Dark Knight Rises. So this movie, apparently the movie came out, Dark Knight Rises, and there's been a lot of hoopla about it, a lot of hype about it. And I was watching a news story last night, around 7 o'clock or so. I forget what channel it was, one of the major news networks. And they were saying how people are charging extra money, scalpers are charging a lot of money for tickets, and people are flipping out over this movie, and it's such a great movie, and yada, yada, yada. The bottom line here is 12 people were dead and 38 were injured in this shooting. And you can read the story here. Again, I'll post on the bottom. But now they're saying, people amongst our circles, conspiracy and truth circles, are saying how now they're going to use this to take more of our gun rights away. So this is happening. Then the Olympics event is probably going to happen. Plus the Israel bomb that they say an Iranian did, which was BS, happened. So they're getting ready to institute taking all of our guns away. All right, and it's just one thing after the other, and they're going to use multiple scenarios to say, hey, everybody, you see, nobody should have any guns. And then they're going to send in the UN, the United Nations, and they're going to start going from door to door, checking every house to see if you got guns. And it's almost there. They're moving forward. The Illuminati and the New World Order are pushing forward their timeline. And this is basically what's going on right now. So you can take a look at this article, in your own leisure. All articles will be posted on the bottom of the video. Shock claim, Natural News exclusive. LA authorities in Rawesome raw milk raids were impersonating public officials. Apparently in Los Angeles, there's raw milk people who drink raw milk, and they want to make it illegal. Meanwhile, how many thousands of years have people been drinking raw milk, right? Now, you got to ask yourself this question. Why do they want to stop people from drinking raw milk? What's the real reason? Well, I'll tell you the real reason. In raw milk is what's called colostrum. colustrum. And colostrum is basically the antibody immune system boosting substance that's found in mother's breast milk and any mammal, basically, any mammal breast milk. And it basically boosts the immune system of the person drinking it. Like if you drink cow's milk, obviously it would work better with a calf, but basically, if you're a mother, a human female, and you have a child and you breastfeed them, they boost their immune system with the colostrum from your breast milk. So, I'm sure you heard the term "you are what you eat." So whatever you eat becomes a part of you. So if you're eating organic and your baby is getting organic breast milk from you, the mother, then that baby has a much higher chance of surviving. And everybody's like, "Oh, get vaccinations." That vaccinations are bullshit. You all know that. If you're listening to this, then you most likely know that. But bottom line is they're now impersonating public officials to get people to stop selling their raw milk and to make it illegal. All right, that's how scared they are. All right, they do not want you healthy. They want you sick because they want to, control everybody, and they want everybody sick. So they're lying to the police, telling them that it's not good for you. And instead of the police doing their research, they just blindly follow orders like the sheep with guns that they are. But they're working for the enemy. And bottom line is they're just misinformed beings with guns, and they're starting to try to stop people from staying healthy. And that's all it is. They're just trying to control you. All right. So this is the story. You can read the whole thing. New enhanced virus emerges after vaccine combination. Oh, wow. Who would have thought of it, right? A lot of these viruses are made in underground labs, like the AIDS virus and other such viruses. And the way you can tell a virus from man-made and found in nature is very simple. If you go under a microscope or an electron microscope and you look at a virus from nature, you're going to see holes in its outer membrane protein layer, like Swiss cheese, okay, which allows any amount of antibodies to access the virus and eat it up. If you look for a virus found in a lab, it will be a 100% perfect shell. It will be totally protected from, from antibodies. Like the antibodies won't be able to dissolve the shell as quickly and efficiently, and then the virus can take over the body and cause a whole host of problems. So that's basically the difference between a man-made and a virus found in nature. Okay. Now, these it's not a surprise if you take multiple strains of viruses in vaccinations, because when you give someone a vaccination, you're giving them the virus, just a small amount, so you can build the antibodies. But when you start injecting someone with these multiple strains, they become a petri dish, and if your immune system sucks, it starts multiplying in your body, and then they form together and they become a super virus. It's, common sense. So, it's really, bad at that point. But you can read that whole story there. I wanted to put up this picture. Even under American occupation, every Iraqi family can keep a modern automatic rifle for self-protection, but American families can't. Like, we're not allowed to. So there's no automatics in most states in the country, but an Iraqi family can. All right, and they're under American occupation. And technically, we are under American occupation too, technically, But I just find that very disturbing. So all I can say is make sure you get your weapons ready to protect yourself and to defend yourself if necessary, because it's going to get very bad very soon. Just be prepared. This is a picture in Spain. These are all the riot police. They were in full riot gear. They took off their riot helmets and they took off their shields and they put their batons to the side and to support the protest. So the riot police are with the people now in Spain. So something's going on. Something's happening in Spain. Nobody knows. There's a media blackout. No one's talking about it. Nobody knows. If anybody knows anything, please send me a link or please send me some information so I can put it in my news story. I would really highly appreciate it. I also rely, a lot of the news that I get, I rely upon posts from people like yourself and viewers like yourself. So if you find any important, pertinent information, I do not want you guys to hesitate to email it to me at my website, ccrg.info, or you can, just YouTube me, email me through YouTube and just let me know. And I will put it in and give you the proper credit for sharing that with me as well. And the last story for today is a new race of super Earthlings being born, or is this the end of the human race? Scientist asks. All right, now I'll go right to the gist of it. The scientists studied 202 genes in 14,002 people. The human genome contains some 3 billion base pairs. The scientists studied 864,000 of these pairs. While this is only a small part of the genome, the sample size of 14,002 people is one of the largest ever in sequencing study in humans. All right, and then they talk about how they talk about basically, as you go along here, how they found that people are more resistant to disease, and how we're basically evolving as a species. The human species is changing. And there's another article which I couldn't find, but there's 2 new blood types out there. So we're evolving. People are evolving as a human species, and things are changing. And these Illuminati guys are trying to stop our evolution so they can manipulate and control us for as long as possible. And that's basically what's going on right now. So that's all the news I have for today. I'm going to look for more. It's been a little hectic for me, so all of your prayers are very welcome. Please pray for the CCRG. Please pray for us, and God bless you all.